Hi everyone, welcome to Live Blogger. In this video, we'll talk about the difference between a cheap and a good hosting for WordPress website and what are the problems that you can face if you choose a cheap hosting. So let's get started. So you have designed your website and now you want to host it online so that everyone on the internet can see it. There are basically two things you need to have: a domain name registered and a hosting service. We are talking about the hosting service in this video. There are a lot of hosting companies and you have a lot of options to choose from. So it is your duty to choose the right one for you. Now there are hosting providers with various plans. There are really cheap ones and expensive ones as well. In this video, we'll talk about the reasons why you should keep away from going for a cheap web hosting. One of the main problems with using a cheap hosting for WordPress is the limitation of the number of features that the hosting service has. There are many features that are important and necessary for any WordPress website. You may miss many of those features when you choose a cheap hosting. One of the main features that you need in a hosting provider for WordPress is the ability to perform backup of your data. This feature, if available, will help you back up your WordPress content, the theme, the database, and everything with just a single or few clicks. Now there are even some plugins available for WordPress that can help you in the backup, but it's a bit complicated for beginners, and you also need to remember to back up the site often. So if you have the feature of auto backup in your hosting, then you can relax and focus on creating content for the website, and the hosting will take care of the regular backups automatically. The other feature that a lot of good hosting services have is a good bandwidth and a lot of storage space. But when you go with a cheap hosting, you will lack a lot of storage for your data. So if you are planning to host a lot of images and videos on your website, then you should definitely go with a good hosting service. Many of the best hosting providers offer SSL certificates for free with the hosting. So you don't have to set up your SSL certificates with the help of some other services which can be time consuming and difficult for beginners. So if you are going with a cheap hosting service, then a lot of features that we discussed here may not be available for you. So before signing up for a hosting service, check out the features list displayed on their website. One of the major deciding factors for a good service is the customer support that it provides. The same is true for a hosting company as well. When you have a website, there are a lot of technical issues that you may have to face. A lot of it has to do with the hosting provider. When you have an issue with the hosting service, then you can do nothing about it from your side. The hosting company has to solve the problem. So you need to have a way to contact the customer support at any time. The cheap hosting providers don't have a good customer service. All of them have email support, but the response time may be far too slow. You may not have the option of live chat support or phone support. So this can increase the downtime of your WordPress website because you won't be able to report any problem that you face on your website instantly. But with a good hosting service, you get live chat support where there are technicians available almost every time live to help you. There's even phone support whom you can call and get instant response for your problems. The most important thing for a website is the performance. The loading speed of the pages will decide whether the visitor will stay on the website or leave the site. If you sell some products on your website, then you may lose a large number of your potential customers because of the low performance of the website. This is exactly what happens if you go with a cheap hosting service for WordPress. The cheap hosting providers will have a large number of websites running on the same server where your website is currently hosted. So this can cause a lot of downtimes and also slow page loads for your website. The other problem you can face with a cheap WordPress hosting is security risks. There can be issues in the system that can lead your site to be hacked, and the personal details of your clients may get into the hands of the hackers. So security is a very serious topic on the internet. You should definitely have the security of your website as one of the highest priorities for your website. So you must always go with a good hosting provider that provides better security for your website. Alright, so that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments below. And click on the like button if you found this useful, and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.